All right, today is February the 28th, 2019, and right now at 8:30 p.m. we have a temperature of 56 degrees here in the foothills of Los Angeles. The relative humidity is 84%. The dew point is 51 degrees, and the barometer is reading 29.98 inches. All right, so we had overcast skies much of the day. Beautiful cumulus clouds moving in on this tropical flow pattern into Southern California and much of the entire state. But there were breaks in the clouds today. We did have some sunshine poking through, and then we were able to see the jets, the high-flying jets, spraying these chemtrail aerosols, which blanket the upper atmosphere and prevent the lift. And so today we had no rain, despite this massive moisture field moving in to the entire state. Looking at the map here, we see that this is there's actually 3 low pressure systems indicated on the surface map, which comprise this low pressure right here. And so let's look at that surface analysis map. We can see right here there's actually 3 lows, which are all pointed towards California, sort of in a east-northeast direction, just northeast of the Hawaiian Islands right down here. And so, and also we have this high pressure is still installed in this area. We have 1,022 millibar here and here, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lows off of the western U.S. 3 of these are right here, and then we've got one over, looks like Nevada, possibly. But we do have rain scheduled for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. And up here we have a storm. This is 971 millibar. This is pointed up to the north. That's going to move up north. So for right now, we've got high pressure installed. That's going to prevent the rain at the surface level, and plus those aerosols they're spraying, jets, those specially equipped jets. All right, let's get back to the maps. We can see that right here, this is presumably the weather that's going to bring us some rain, some heavier rain over the weekend. We'll just have to wait and see. But in the meantime, it's winding a lot of this tropical moisture right into California. And we can see that there's a lot of manipulation going on here. We have a satellite transmitter generating high pressure. And look what that's doing to the eastbound jet stream moisture flow here. Everything is just evaporating right about here. We've got a low pressure system and where everything is supposed to condense into low pressure. And yet we have evaporation occurring just right adjacent to this vortex all the way around. So we've got jet stream flow flowing into California, and we have partial jet stream flow out here, which we can take a look at here right now. Here is the jet stream map. So we've got the Hawaiian Islands right here, and then we have this Pineapple Express flow pattern is all on the jet stream right here. There's a high indicated, looks like right there at the, looks like a high at the 300 millibar level. And then we have a jet stream flow right up around this storm system, it looks like. And then we have this disruption right here. Let's go back and take another look at that. So we have the disruption right in this area. You can see that flow pattern there, which is just dead ending right in this area here. This has been installed as high pressure zone. And then we have this right here. This is going to continue to move towards California and wind a lot of moisture into California, but the rain is not scheduled until Saturday and Sunday. So in the meantime, you know what that means. That means the jets are going to be up spraying, and that will prevent the rain until such time, until the weekend. Now looking at the infrared map for the Northeast Pacific, we see that massive moisture field moving into California. Now we would expect to see, based on what we're looking at here, that there'd be a lot of rain all up and down the state, but let's take a look at the Doppler map, and we can see that, number one, the map is not working. Let's get the map zoomed in. And we can see that the only rain occurring is up here in Eureka and up in Northern California, right along that coast, just north of Mendocino. And we can see that Fortuna WSR88D is chopping up and evaporating the precipitation. Right here is where that transmitter is located. You can see some of those residual pie-shaped cutouts, which fill in after a few minutes. They pulse that power out, and it causes the evaporation pattern that we're seeing, that pie-shaped cutout pattern. And within about 15-20 minutes, it fills back in, and then they hit it again. But it's pretty obvious what's going on. All right, so meanwhile, the rest of the state is getting no precipitation. Of course, that means the jets are upspraying. If we take a look at the MODIS Today map this is the Southern California area, Central and Southern California, we can really see these aerosols right here. This one here is probably half hour old. Takes a few minutes for those to spread out. The brilliant white is the natural cloud cover moving in on the Pineapple Express pattern. Look at here, fresh streaks. These are the jets spraying those chemical aerosols that cap the atmosphere. Now we see a lot of cloud cover. We saw a lot of cumulus clouds in the skies today, and of course when there were breaks, we could see the spraying going on. So as we pan around, we can see right here, this has all been blanketed. This gray off-white stuff is the chemtrail aerosols that were being sprayed by those jets up at about anywhere from 30 to 39, 40,000 feet. I've been on several cross-country flights and looked out the window and look up, and I can see these jets are spraying. They fly right over us, at an odd oblique angle, spraying those aerosols, and it looks like whipped cream coming out of the back of the engine. But they don't actually come out of the engine. They're piped out to make it appear to observers on the ground that the engine is producing that, but that's designed to fool the casual observer. So in this map, we can see what's going on. The color is very obvious. The brilliant white is the natural clouds. This gray stuff is the chemical haze. And of course, the stooges on TV, they call these are not clouds, number one. They don't contain any water vapor, these chemical aerosols. And these idiots on TV, the fake news, they're calling those upper level cirrus clouds and different things. Let's get back to these maps here. We have the western U.S. water vapor loop. We can get a close up of that low pressure system moving towards California. Now these puppets on TV are referring to all these weather systems that we have. The rain that we've been getting, they've referred to these systems as storms. Every one of these things is a storm, they say on TV. These are not storms. This here is a gale, and this is just a tropical moisture field moving in, which should be delivering a lot of rain to the entire state. We also have a low pressure right up here. We'll just have to wait and see. These weather controllers can install high pressure right here and block this and send it north and re-steer this thing down if they wanted to. It's really in their hands. These people on TV talk about computer models and all this crap. This is a controlled, precisely controlled weather operation and manipulation scheme. And when you have people betting on the weather while this is going on, it's pretty obvious what's going on. And that's, of course, why the mainstream fake news media does not show their viewers these satellite maps. Instead, we get cartoon animated weather. All right. So looking at the water vapor map, we have, like I say, it should be raining. We have a very powerful, deep moisture field moving in. See some red there. Earlier today, we saw a transmitter out here splitting up this moisture field. We can see the remnants of that. It's reforming and moving into California, but that big cutout was caused by stationary high pressure being installed right here. Let's wait till that other map reloads. Right here. So they broke that up, evaporated the moisture right here, and it rebuilt and continued moving in. All right, so the pressure maps indicate, here's the surface pressure map. We can see a closed low out there, which is moving towards California. This is 1,005 millibar. There's actually 2 or 3 lows in this area. Another one right here. We've got this installed high pressure for the time being. We'll have to see what happens tomorrow and Saturday. This thing may move out of the way if we're going to have rain. All right, looking at the 500 millibar map, we have a closed low right here. This should move on in. We see the squiggly isobars. We should never see these. This is a proof positive of atmospheric manipulation. This is varying degrees of high and low pressure, disruptions in the atmosphere, which is causing these squiggly looking isobars, most likely from the WSR88Ds on the ground, breaking up that massive tropical flow that's moving in. And then we have the satellite transmitters dealing with the offshore weather activity. You can see a sort of a quasi angle there on that weather system. Looking at the 300 millibar map, you see this low and the squiggly lines. The isobars should never look like that. Right down here. Okay, so that's the report. We're waiting on the rain. It should have been raining all day today and the previous 3 or 4 days. And we see that low pressure. There's some manipulation occurring. We've got a straight edge there. Keep an eye on this. Okay, that's it.